There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Dago is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Ooh, welcome to What's Up Bull. I'm Fernando Ramirez. Thank you guys so much for joining us on a Thursday. I apologize about all the flipping and flopping. We're going to do it tomorrow, but we decided to do it today, Thursday, because obviously we go as Dan goes on this program. Whatever Dan says, go. So Dan said, let's do it today. We're doing it today. Guys, some breaking news as we're coming on the air on Thursday at 4:21. Cornerback Deron Bland from the Dallas Cowboys is facing surgery on his left foot for the second time in as many years. According to Todd Archer, Bland is seeking a second opinion. No surgery has been scheduled yet. Even without surgery, is likely going to end up on IR. So that's interesting. That is very interesting. Deron Bland is their slot corner. He's been paid a lot of money. I think last year he was the highest interception. He was the interception leader of the NFL. So definitely a big loss when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. But all right, Pedro put up here earlier. Best in the business, shout out to the compas. I think who Pedro was talking about is this next individual who I am bringing in. This individual is very excited because he said, if I win on Sunday, I win double. Why? His team gets to 11 wins. He wins a bet where somebody bet him 10.5. I think at one point the Chargers were 10.5 before the season started. The bet on them was 10.5 wins. Dan said, give me the over. And he said the over. People laughed at him. People mocked him. Hilberto mocked him. He said, I don't think your team can get that high. His good friend, Dan's good friend, Chris Rim, said, I don't think they're winning double-digit games this year. But this individual said, no, my team is winning double-digit games. We have Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, and Jesse Minter. That individual is Dan and Dago. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. We can't hear Dan at the moment. Let's wait till he gets his mic fixed. And yeah, let's
Muted it. You still can't hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you.
I was about to say I could hear you. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Okay. Like that old Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody mocked me. And now I'm one game away from getting my dinner and 2 beers. So I can't wait. I can't wait.
Mr. Beer? So obviously there's a
what
big
does that guy know?
There's a big game this weekend for the Chargers, and that's what the staff says. They're like, the next game is the big game. Dan, can you take this over for well, hold on. You're fine. Yeah, Dan, take it over for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do against the Cowboys. You know, they obviously have a good D tackle in Quentin Williams. I don't know. I think he might have gotten hurt, but I'm not super sure. The biggest thing they have to do moving forward is figure out this run game and how to be a little bit more consistent. And the other thing I would love to see them do is try and get these receivers a little bit more involved. You know, I think the past couple weeks, they've done just enough to survive. And obviously the biggest thing is you got to turn these red zone trips into into touchdowns. You know, that's like going to Cancun and the only thing you're snagging are the ugly friends. Like you got to be able to hit a 10 every now and then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you paused the whole thing for your Santa hat. That's amazing.
I had forgotten about it and people liked it.
Great.
So I was like, okay, yeah, there we go.
That's great.
This will be an interesting weekend. Bud Dupree was limited on Wednesday. Thursday, he was a DMP, so he did not practice. So it'll be interesting to see if Kyle Kennard gets the gets the go-ahead this week, and maybe Kyle Kennard is like Kimani Vidal, who kind of didn't play at all, didn't make the 53-man roster, and then all of a sudden now he's turned it on. But some of the guys that are dealing with something are obviously, like I said, Bud Dupree. He has a back injury. Let's see. Darius Davis did not practice.
Fire Harbaugh. That's hilarious.
RJ Mickens didn't practice with a shoulder. Jim did say on Wednesday that he doesn't know how long it's going to be, but that RJ may be out for a bit.
Is that the same? Are you the same Fire Harbaugh as the guy on Twitter who's funny sometimes?
Who's funny sometimes?
I think I've seen. I think I've seen that profile before. I'm just not sure.
Dan, let's start off with one of your favorite things to listen to, and that is our good friends Pancho and Adrian Garcia Marquez.
Oh, there you go. Send it. Full sends.
Let's hear the call from Dion Henley's interception.
Toma el snap, Mahomes en shotgun. Viene la presión, se colapsa la bolsa. Tiene que dompear para buscar. ¡Interceptado! ¡Interceptado! Super Power Ranger. Super Power Charger Ranger. Dion Henley. El Charger Power Ranger con la intercepción en la yarda 2. Y es balón de los Chargers. La defensiva otra vez. Seguiendo con INT. Interceptado.
That's crazy. That's crazy how he does that. And it flows so well. It's actually crazy. My fitness. That's funny.
Speaking of Greg Roman, Greg Roman today was asked about Trey Harris. And
was he sober at this press conference or was he a little buzzed?
This is what he had to say about the way Trey Harris has
let's see what that booze hound's so up far. To.
Settled in. You know, I talked to him last week about his routine once he leaves this building.
So can you hear impressive.
It? Yeah.
He basically walked me through, Wednesday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, in terms of what he does to prepare after he leaves here, from a playbook, from a film study standpoint. Very organized. Ex-quarterback. So this is a guy that this is not a Burger King offense. This is an NFL offense. There's a lot to it.
He sounds like an idiot.
Okay, so he says this is not a burger. Well, obviously he's complimenting Trey. Trey doesn't. I mean,
this is not a Burger King offense. But don't worry, just like Burger King, it looks and tastes like shit. Like that's hilarious to me.
Hold on. So Trey has 23 catches for 234 yards. So it's not a lot. But obviously,
my goodness.
We all know that Trey's made a huge impact in the run game, blocking and everything. And he snags a ball or two that moves the chain. So that's been huge for the Chargers. Then Greg was asked right after that, well, what does a Burger King offense mean? And here's what he had to say.
What's a Burger King offense?
Oh, it's just, a very simple, simplistic, spread offense. So, you got 8 passes and you got a couple runs, and here we go.
He's drunk.
No. Never. I've observed some though. No, not at all. No, I mean, it's got really nothing to do with them, but we like to try to be like the, we try to be like the fine restaurant offense.
This is the dumbest fucking analogy I've ever heard. Like, really? This is it? What was the last dipshit? Cheesecake Factory menu. You know what that means?
Yeah.
Too many fucking options and you don't know what to pick. What are we talking? He picks Burger King? The guy still thinks Bill Clinton's probably president. Like, what are we talking about? We don't need Slick Willie in the Oval Office getting, Alleged. No. It was confirmed. It was confirmed. Allegedly. They debated what sex men, I think, or something.
Okay, all right.
Whatever.
Now,
either way, what are we doing? Like, my God. Like that was, I don't understand who watches that and says, let me clip that out and make an edit. Yeah, that's real tough. I'm gonna get real excited over that.
So now that we have Dan fired up, it is time for Dan watches the offensive line film.
Oh, fuck off. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. You pick a high caliber player like Drew Brees to give that pump up chant, and I have to watch this dog shit now? Are you kidding me? Let me go full screen so I can see this garbage. You really are a scumbag. You're a terrible human being. Drew Brees, high achiever, worked really hard to get where he was, used his brain. His brain got him further than his arm talent. And now I have to watch this. These bastards who, could hunt bears with sticks, but, are out here just lost in the wilderness. It's unbelievable. And here's one of the biggest perpetrators, Mekhi Becton. Let's see what he does here because they're highlighting him.
By the way, Drew Brees is a friend of Dan's.
Yeah, CIF champ.
All right.
I'm watching. Put play. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dude, it's just disgusting. Just pause it right there. Look how tall he is. How tall? What's his stat line? How tall is he?
I think he's like 6'8".
Dude, you are showing your full 6'8" stature. That to me is a worthless pig on skates with that type of body demeanor. It's unbelievable. 0 pad level. Chris Jones is under his shoulder pads, and he's driving him back like, a child who's running at him. It's just embarrassing. My God.
So, how the other day, you know how during the game you saw Mekhi Becton in, and then they kept on rotating Mekhi and Trevor Penning.
Yeah.
So Jim said on Monday, Monday, he said Mekhi got rolled up early in the game. That is why Mekhi,
oh, Jesus.
Hold on.
Why don't you pull the clip? You know what? Finish and then I'll tell you.
Hold on. Okay. That is why Mekhi and Trevor are rotating. He just needed some time to walk it off. So today, Greg Roman was asked the same thing, and he said, we're just trying to get him some experience in there, talking about Penning. So then somebody asked, was it not injury related? Roman said no. And then somebody told him, oh, well, Jim said that it was injury related. Roman says, you know what? It might have been.
Oh, God. What an idiot. What is that? How are you not going to get the story straight? These guys would be terrible criminals. My God. But you know what? Why don't you pull up the clip from Miracle when he says, your knees are far away from your heart, you candy ass? Unbelievable, dude.
All right. So next play. Oh, God. Here we go.
Look. Driven in the back. 0 movement. Why is it choppy, though? That's the only thing that always trips me out. So tall. Jesus. Just disgusting. Here's Trevor Penning. Let's see this. Just, my God. I would love, that's what I want. I want to see what goes on in these offensive line meetings. Can't we have Hard Knocks just do that? I don't need them to follow the whole team. Just follow these bag of dumb bastards over here. Let's see what we're learning. What are we doing?
There's another play.
Oh my goodness. It's choppy. You can't, is there a way you can unchop it or no?
No.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
It's just choppy. You're not slowing it down. That's a little bit better, but
what about now?
Then it goes too fast. A little bit better. Look, he's too tall. And I think he's blocking the linebacker. My God, just getting driven back.
Yeah, he has Nick Bolton.
Jesus. Nick Bolton's just right under his shoulders. And then look at his feet, dude. There's nothing more nauseating. Look, there goes the Bozeman special. Blocking Casper, the friendly fucking ghost, and taking up the A-gap. Dude, there's nothing worse than a fat pig just standing in the hole. Jesus, go double team somebody. My God. Are we back to the top or what is this?
No.
Casper. Jeez Louise. I just don't know how you can watch this day in and day out and think like, oh no, we're doing a solid job. All these guys are really good at their jobs. Like, terrible. I don't care what's
Who injured you there, Bozeman?
It's just frustrating to me. They both do. Like, why? I guess.
And the Eagles miss Mackay.
I think it was maybe one of those things where the other four guys hit a lot of his mistakes. Like, look how tall he is. Like, literally on that last play, Chris Jones is almost into his like hip or his gut. Like, look how low Chris gets.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how Chris starts off so high?
Yeah, yeah.
And then he goes down low, and because Mackay goes up high to block him, and then he comes back low. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's just leaning on him too. Like, I get you're a big dude, but let's have some good. His feet are terrible. He inverts his feet all the time. And like, dude, you've probably been playing this game close to 30 years.
So obviously
you haven't been able to muster that.
You don't think he'd work out as a tackle because of his feet?
I don't think so, no. No, and he's slow. This is just heartbreaking. Like, why do I have to watch that every week?
Can you see this play? What did you think of this play? Just one play. Omarion Hampton.
I like him. Like, I'm really hoping he could be like LT light and be solid.
Have you liked Zion?
He's okay. Sawyer at tackle's okay. Like,
would you re-sign Zion? He's a free agent after this year.
I wouldn't re-sign him to like some expensive deal. In other words. And like the other three are like total shit. So that's kind of like the thing. But has he looked better? There's
a shit sandwich.
Yeah, it's like he's not bad, but I mean, I'm not signing him to like top guard money if that's what he thinks just because he was a first round pick. So I don't know what they're gonna do there, but that would be interesting. But like the whole thing, like again, I would be a little bit hesitant because I mean I think last year he was bad. And the year before I think he was bad. So him kind of doing it just because it's a contract year, I don't know how much, that would affect me or convince me, but I don't know. They're going to have a lot of answers there because the only thing you really have are two good offensive linemen, and you have to find the other three. So it's going to be interesting to see what moves they make in the offseason to do that. Yeah, that's why Pedro, I thought the stupidest thing in the Telesco era and the Staley era was moving him to guard. That made no sense. Like those are, just so you understand, Pedro, those are guys who probably never played the position. Well, I mean, clearly never played the position, but because it's not easy. All these guys who say, oh, well, you can go from guard to tackle, no big deal. Like, no, it's a big deal. It's a lot different. So
what about Eric?
Oh, what does he know? He thinks skill player is the most important position on the field, dude. Yeah, right. No, it's not. No one cares.
If the Seahawks win tonight, do you think he's gonna be sad?
It's gonna be kind of like a bittersweet thing. He's gonna be excited because the Seahawks win, but sad because his Sean McVay lost. So,
real quick, just a little bit about the Cowboys. Dan, is the Chargers gonna need to be up for the task and Jim Harbaugh said it. That offense is gonna test them a lot.
Oh, yeah, especially with those receivers.
And the Chargers have played good receivers. They came off playing A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, but A.J. Brown got after them. He had over 100 yards, so the thing that they're going to have to do is they're going to have to frustrate him. I think the pass rush is going to need to get to Dak. We saw what happened. Minnesota kept on getting to Dak Prescott, and that was forcing him to throw passes that he didn't want to do. So I definitely think that the Chargers are going to have a huge test. These are the kind of offenses that they're going to face in the playoffs. So I think this is going to be a huge deal for them. I think if they're able to neutralize this, they've gone 3 straight games without allowing an opponent to score more than 16 points. So I'm interested to see what they're going to be able to do against the Dallas Cowboys. Because I mean, if they win this one, if they win and the Colts lose on Monday night, then they clinch a playoff spot. So all you guys that are Phillip Rivers fans out there, I don't know if you want to be a Phillip Rivers fan this Monday night. I think you want San Fran to win so you can clinch.
Yeah, and whoever commented last week that my Rivers hate or whatever is forced, like go watch previous episodes, bro. That's been as consistent as it gets, and it stems all the way back from San Diego. So I don't want you trying to slander my name saying that I'm like fake with that or whatever. But, that's the biggest thing. Like, you have to force, if you play like you did against Kansas City with the Dallas Cowboys, they will not move the football. Dakota will not be ready for that type of physicality. So, thank you, Angel. Thank you. Shout out. Representing. It's true. It's okay. We can disagree on that. It's all good. It's all good. It doesn't bother me. But I think, like, again, you stuff the run and you frustrate these receivers. The only thing I'm wondering, what's Elijah Molden's status or Mickens' status?
He's limited right now. What's funny? What's his name? Jesse Minter did speak today. He was excited about what Marcus Williams was able to do. Marcus went in the second half when Tony got kicked out. Marcus stepped up. Marcus Williams, I don't know if you remember him. He was a safety for the Ravens for a long time. Pretty good player. He just has kind of had bad injuries and he hasn't been as good, but he gave credit to Marcus. They re-signed Marcus May, also, who last year, if you remember in the Falcons game, he had a pick.
Yeah,
I kind of remember that name. So they, but as of right now, Elijah should be able to. I don't want to put status or not, but I'm sure he'll be questionable, and then we'll see what happens. But
that's the only thing that worries me a little bit, because I think once obviously Tony got ejected, he's not suspended, he's good to go.
As of right now, they haven't heard anything from the league, so it sounds like
good.
He's gonna be.
Hell yeah, because like
he'll probably get fined on Saturday.
Fine him, that's fine, but I would have the team pay for it. The team should pay for that. But I think the biggest thing also is when they kind of had to move Derwin out of the box. That's where it kind of it didn't totally start unraveling, but it was kind of when they started moving the football. So that's a big thing I'm gonna be looking for, because again, I think putting Derwin at that linebacker level has just been a godsend, because he not only helps you in the run game, but he helps you cover against those, more shiftier guys. So it's definitely going to be good to see.
And they have Ferguson at tight end. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty
they have
good.
some weapons that the Chargers are going to need. Turbin.
That's another guy. Yeah.
The returner. So they're dangerous. So the Chargers are going to have to get after them. I think on the offensive side, Dan, they're going to have to run the ball. I think Vidal and Hampton are going to be huge. So I think that both of them are.
If you can do what you did on Sunday, keep the ball out of Dakota's hands and don't let him get into rhythm. Like, take 10-minute drives. You'll win 13-0 or 13-7 or whatever you want. But that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing I hope Greg Roman understands. Like, you can't go 3 and out as an offensive coordinator. As an offense, you cannot go 3 and out. That is the number one killer of teams and probably probabilities of winning a football game. Because when the defense is out there and they get 2 times the snaps as the offense, they're going to wear and tear in the game, and you can't have that. You want to have the opponent on their heels, and you chase it up to that cliff to push them over. So
remember before the 2020 draft, I told you, Tom Telesco really wants Tua, and you said, remember, a lot of people kind of got after me because I said that he wanted Tua. Well, what's his name? What's his name? Colin Cowherd. Listen to what he said on his podcast.
Tom likes both. Tom was leaning Tua because he thought Herbert was mechanical. He was a little stiff.
Yeah.
Tom goes, I'm going to the Rose Bowl. Oregon's taking on Wisconsin, and Wisconsin had, if you recall, a great defense for about a 2-year stretch. They had before NFL player came back and was their D coordinator.
Okay.
So he went and watched him, and I said, what did you think? And he's like, yeah, you got to see Herbert in person. First of all, he's way bigger in person than on TV. And Tom said, secondly, he is really, really athletic. He said, Tom came to the conclusion that Mario Cristobal did not have a backup he believed in. So they played a very super conservative offense. Ohio State did this with CJ Stroud. They never let him run. And then he played Georgia in his final game, and they let CJ Stroud run, and he was running all over. And you're like, CJ Stroud's athletic. Justin Herbert was a very protect Justin. We don't have a backup we love. And Mario knew it was a really good team that could get to a Rose Bowl. and then
Wow. Like, it's just funny to me. Again, like,
Yeah.
I've said for the past couple of years, like, whenever Tom would get a good player in the first round, it was because they slid to him, they fell to him, or, he just screwed it up. And you saw that. And it's like, it's not, again, I'm not trying to, open up that can of worms, but.
This is going to be interesting. If the Cowboys, and we're wrapping up here, if the Cowboys are out of the playoffs before the game starts, after what happened to Patrick Mahomes, and then obviously the Commanders just announced that they're sitting Jaden Daniels the rest of the way. I wonder if the Cowboys would consider sitting Dak, knowing that if they get him hurt, he might.
He wants his incentives. He wants his incentives.
That is
and
true.
On top of that, he needs all the practice he can get. Let's be real. There's games where he just shows out, and there's games where you're just watching it like, my God, really?
Oh my God, Jesus. Last thing here. Chad Alexander, assistant general manager, had this to say about what with Jordan Rodriguez on her podcast. Listen to what he said about what they're building.
We always knew that we wanted our identity to be a team that was extremely tough, extremely physical, and we wanted our identity to really kind of emulate the identity of our head coach. Jim is every program he's been associated with has been one that has been recognized as being extremely tough, violent, players that are, gritty, players that are versatile, like you talked about, and guys that just, have this unselfishness about them. And it's really a next man up mentality. And, we wanted to enforce our will on opponents. And I think you kind of see that, the last couple of weeks have been really inspiring for everybody in the organization. We won 6 of our last 7, but the last 2 games have really been kind of fistfights with the 2 Super Bowl teams from a year ago. And I feel like we try to enforce our identity. We try to kind of make teams play our style of football. And it's not necessarily conventional in today's football, but at the same time, we're not really interested in style points, and we're just really trying to build a bully. And I feel like we're trying to establish.
They want to build a bully, Dan.
You know what's funny? That reminds me of the movie F1, how their style of racing was, dirty or this or that, but it worked for them or whatever. Hey, listen,
your team is dirty.
Good. You already saw what I posted, what my mood was this week. Pissed off a couple people, don't care. So I might make that Tony Jefferson photo my wallpaper. I haven't decided yet. I just wish he wouldn't apologize, but whatever, I get it. So I can't wait. They better win this weekend. I want my bet signed, sealed, and delivered. So Greg Roman, stay sober. Stay sober through halftime. Put up 20 points and we can win this game.
Appreciate everybody so much for checking out this episode of What's Up Bolts. Chargers against Dallas this weekend. Dan, you're winning that game?
Smash the like button. Yeah, 100%. Smash the like button.
All right. Chargers, Cowboys this Sunday. Guys, after the game, we will...
I'm going to do it, Angel. Just because you said, I'm going to do it right now.
After the game, we'll probably jump in a couple about an hour after the game, and we will break down the game with you guys. So make sure you guys tune in. So probably around 2:00, we'll jump in. 2:15, we'll jump in and we'll chat. So again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. We're gonna get out of here. Dan, why don't you get us out of here?
Be a compa, tell a compa, smash the like button. Oh, damn it. It's on there now. If you can see, the photo's on there. So smash the like button, be a compa, tell a compa. And don't forget, even if you wrote to Santa, you'll never find out why John Cena became the Rock's bitch.